Doma Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, should do the circus music on them. We ain't gonna even do it. We ain't gonna do that. We're gonna talk a little heavyweight boxing. But before we do, let's check the world of sports out. First, we gotta congratulate Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool again for winning the Champions League. They should be building Jurgen Klopp's statue outside of Anfield Road right about now. It should be right about at his feet, getting into his calves, and they building on up. He deserves a statue. Jurgen Klopp for taking Liverpool to the finals, losing to Ronaldo. What you can do, Ronaldo won 3 in a row. Come on, Cristiano Ronaldo won 3 in a row. And Zinedine Zidane and them boys, Real Madrid. That's legendary. But to go to the finals with Liverpool now, when you say Chelsea, Manchester City, all them got teams with those big budgets, PSG, PSG and them, all the Real Madrid. We're talking about Liverpool. Went to the finals, then come back and win it against Tottenham, which is sorry about Tottenham because that was big for them to be in the finals too. But Jurgen Klopp won it. He should be a hero and a legend in Liverpool, getting the statue built. Now, speaking of another legend, living legend, a couple of them, you go right down the street over in France, French Open's popping off. Now, it's clay court, one of my worst surfaces to watch, but then again, you get a lot of great ball exchanges on clay, then clay court players come out in those one little month and a half span, and they can play. Now, you used to have those clay court specialists until you got these dudes that are so good, these legends, Djokovic and Nadal's of the world, and Nadal is the man. Nadal straight sets and goes straight to the quarterfinals. Nishikori, 3 straight sets. Boom, Nadal. Now remember, Nadal's won 11 French Open titles, which is ridiculous. No one's won more than 9 of anything else. Anything. Just to let you know, best clay court player of all time. And your boy who hadn't played on clay for all this time, the GOAT in tennis, still, at least, and that's got to be Roger Federer. He goes through beating his countryman now, his boy, the A-Spoon Coon, and Stan Wawrinka. Beats him in 4 sets. Good match with 4 sets. So that's pretty good to watch Federer handle his business, and he's in the quarterfinals of the French Open after not showing up for 4 years. That's telling you the man's a legend. He would have won a lot more clay court tournaments and won for Rafael Nadal being the best clay court player of all time. And that's been for at least the last 5 years. Ain't nobody else who can talk about it. Let's Bjorn Borg or your boy from Austria. I forget it, Thomas Muster. Other than that, who else you going to talk about on clay that's even got close to Nadal? So, guys, tune into that, too. But I haven't wasted a lot of time on that. Let's go to Anthony Joshua, the heavyweight division now. Anthony Joshua is the story of sports right now, period. A lot of stuff going on. We got the NBA Finals going on. Game 3 about to come up, right? Things like that. They're moving to Golden State, and it's 1-1. But Anthony Joshua losing to Andy Ruiz Jr. was huge. I mean, we know what was going on. We had our top 3 heavyweights and all that stuff going on, and everybody else was under them. And we had negotiation problems and all that. So, hey, a loss for Anthony Joshua. What did we talk about? Humility. Now, some people throwing him on the bus. Some people are giving him advice on how he should go forward. George Foreman is saying, let me manage you. First thing you got to do is don't fight Ruiz again anytime soon. That's George Foreman telling him, being straight up. Look, man, you ain't about to beat him, right? So if you're thinking about, well, he's not going to beat him, Glenn McCoy is saying he's finished because if you can't beat Andy Ruiz Jr., you ain't going to beat him. You got to stay away from Andy Ruiz Jr. Think about what George Foreman is saying. You got to stay away from him. So you probably got to stay away from the top 3. You better stay away from Deontay Wilder, right? You better stay away from him. You better stay away from Luis Ortiz, right? It's a whole bunch of people to stay away. And then you add the people that he got knocked down from. You got to stay away from David Price, Chamberlain. You got to stay away from Green, Danny Dubois. And the new dude who knocked him down is Joey DeVecco, right? Dropped him. That's what the new news is. This is the guy who lost to Charles Martin. He had a draw with Jarrell Miller, lost to Brian Jennings and Andy Fedosov. A lot of stuff, man. The guy has had about 6-7 losses, Joey DeVecco. He supposed to have dropped him too, along with the other guy I was talking about yesterday who dropped him. Right? So it's so many people that Anthony Joshua can't fight. going forward. Man, this is going to be very, very interesting. But let me tell you something. All that being said, right? And we do a video about, he's probably not going to take the, Deontay Wilder said he's not going to take the Andy Ruiz Jr. Rematch. Well, so far, Eddie Hearn has come out and said he's going to exercise the rematch clause, right? And the fight should be in November, December, and they want it to be in Principality Stadium in Cardiff, somewhere in England or whatever, right? And that sounds good. At least Josh was coming back for that. Problem with that is this, though. Andy Ruiz Jr. says, listen, I'm the boss now. I'm in charge of negotiations now. And he would kind of like it to be in Mexico or L.A., right? One of them, living in L.A., or he wouldn't mind having it in Mexico. And I think that's kind of interesting, guys, because there's never been a heavyweight champion fighting in Mexico. That's huge, too. But my point would be this. If they had this in the rematch clause, that you beat Anthony Joshua, you're going to fight with Anthony Joshua once, then go fight with Anthony Joshua once, don't even make no waves. Because at the end of the day, no reason to make no waves. And Joshua wants to fight in England, and with all that pressure about having to win, let him do it. And Joshua should say, well, look, we fight what you want to. We want to go to Mexico? Let me go over there. Right? Like Alexander Ozek would do. That's what he would do. Where do you want to fight? Listen, you got a backyard? Put some ropes around there, and I'll come there and invite your family, and I'm going to beat you up right there. That's what Alexander Ozek would do. But we're not talking about him. We're talking about Anthony Joshua. So maybe it's in England. He has to think, though. You have a different pressure. Probably shouldn't even fight at home. Let's see what happens going forward. I think it's pretty good news, at least, that Eddie Hearn has come out and says, hey, we're going to exercise our rematch clause, and we're going to fight this boy in November or December somewhere in the UK. Let's see what Andy Ruiz has to say about that. He has won. He is in charge. So he said first of all, he's going to talk to Al Heyman first, and his team, and see what they want to do. We're going to keep our eyes on this regardless, aren't we? Doma Sports Talk, worldwide. And I'm about to here, y'all.